Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show us how to cut the neckline placket. So this is my dress now. So this is it. I'm laying it on the table. I've already cut out the neckline. So this is the shoulder and this is the neckline of the dress. So it's a round neck and I have this as the width of the dress and this is as the depth of the dress. So of the neckline. So now after that, now the next thing to do is to come down by the depth of the neckline and measure 4.5. So this dress is actually for a little girl. So if you are sewing for an adult, you should use something like 6 inches. So but for the purpose of this class now, I'm using 4.5 inches. So this is my 4.5 inches. So next thing now is that I'm going to cut it out. So I'm trying to straighten the neckline to sit very well. Then I'm going to cut down the 4.5 inches I measured. So this is what we have now after cutting it out. So now that is that about that. Next thing now is to take your fabric and measure out the length, the width of 3 inches and the length of 6.5 inches. So if you're actually measuring for the and for an adult you should use like something like 8 inches as the length of the fabric. So now this is 3 inches and I want to trim out the excess at the edge of the piece. So this is what I'm going to use as the placket and I'm going to cut out the two of it. So I'm using the first one to cut out the second one now. So I'm trimming out the excess at the edge of the paste. So now the next now is to cut out your stay. This is my stay. So I'm going to cut out the exact size of the piece that I cut out now for the placket, and I'm going to cut out the stay for it. Then so just place your fabric on the stay this way and cut out. So I'm trying to straighten it very well so that I won't have a shortage of you know this thing. So now after cutting it out, you should have this. So this is what we should have after cutting it out. You have this, then you are going to cut into two since we are working on two pieces of fabric. So after cutting it out now, you are going to iron each of the stays to the fabric. So you are going to iron it to the fabric like this. So I'm trying to iron my plackets now, the piece I want to use for the plackets. So I'm going trying to iron my steel so it will enable it to stand very well and it will make your work more neater. So this is what we have already with the side of the fabric, and I have something like 2 inches left, 2.5 inches left since I've weaved the edge of the fabric. So now after folding it to two, I should have something like 2.5 inches. So by folding it now, I'm going to have I'm going to sew the half inch of the placket to the half inch of that fabric. So this is the 4.5 inches I made the other time. So I'm going to place my piece here, the one I want to use for the placket. I'm going to place it on it this way and sew half inch downwards. So I'm going to sew half inch downwards. So by the end of at the end of the time, after sewing it, I should have something like 2 inches and having folded it into two. So the placket should be in 1 inch. So this is it now. I'm sewing the half inch of the placket. So I'm going to stop at the 4.5 inches I measured. So this is where I'm going to stop now, and I will also do that for the other side. So I will also fold it this way and place at the neck parts of the other side of the dress. So this is now. I'm also going to sew half inches. So after that now I'm going to turn it to the other side and come up like for like half inch and notch it diagonally till the end of the 4.5 inches. So you can see how I'm doing it. So just open up the fabric. So you cut on the fabric, not on the plackets that we just sew on it. So you cut on the fabric, then you turn it this way. So after turning it now, you should have something like this after turning it. So you should have something like this after turning it. Our placket is almost ready. So after, when you have something like this, the next thing to do now is to turn it to the other side again and secure the stitch at the part that we notched. So you are going to see the parts, you have to secure it so that you won't have that place opened. So after stitching it this way, so you should have something like this now when you turn it to the right part again. So you should have something like this at the down part of your placket. So now this part, the upper part of the fabric, should be the um buttonhole part. So you have that side as the buttonhole part. So this side as the buttonhole part, and the other side as the where you are going to tack your button. So after tacking your button and when you start it, you should have something like this at the end of the day. If you are using a single button and if you are using more than a button, depending on the length you are working with, so you should have one here, then another one at the middle, then the last one. So it all depends on your fabric, your the length you are working with or whom you are sewing for. Thank